Hi there, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and in this video I'm doing a reading for Virgo. This series I've been using the Goliath Tarot deck by Goliath, and then the True Black Tarot deck by Arthur Wang, and then I've been using this oracle deck called the Medicine Woman's Oracle. I am drawing a card at the end and hoping that that will shed some light or maybe give us a direction on how we can further heal and work with our shadow. So I'm going to smudge the decks. I moved my camera to a different side, to the other side of my area. I had a comment saying that the audio was recording more so on the left than the right, or vice versa. Anyway, I don't really know how to combat that, but I made a change and maybe that'll work. I am going to order a little mic and see if maybe that will help as well. But it might take me just a little bit because me being the person I am, I have to research mic types. I know there's some different types of mics. I'll even have to have my husband help me. So anyhow, I hope the video audio hasn't been too much of a distraction for you guys. And if it has, I do apologize. I am really new to this video stuff. Actually, making videos I'm new to. I've been watching videos for a long time now. So, okay, so let's get started with your reading, Virgo. Let me clear everything out of the way. And for if any reason, Virgo, this does not resonate with you or describe the particular situation that you're in, try your moon sign or your rising sign. You can even try Sidereal Astrology as well. And Pluto, that is a planet of destruction, getting rid of things that no longer serve us. So it's kind of like a tower card. And with the shadow, we don't really want to get rid of it per se, but the shadow is not really serving us. At one point in time it did, but now it's no longer serving us. And so we need to learn, we need to sort of retrain, I guess you could say, that part of ourselves that is the shadow. Give it a hug and give it a kiss and give it the reassurance that it didn't get in the beginning. So so yeah, check out your natal Pluto, and let me cut the deck. I love the backs of these cards. The color is so pretty too. It's like this really dark cafe brown and then this yellow greenish that we got going on here. I think it's beautiful. Okay, Capricorn. Oh, I'm sorry, Libra. Sorry, the last video I did was for Capricorn. Let's go Libra. All right, so the expansion. So this is an extra card that Goliath put in here. And then we've got the 9 of Pentacles. And then the 5 of Wands. Okay. Okay, so we have this extra card, which is not a major arcana card, but it's an extra energy, and it's about shedding that energy or shedding a situation, what is no longer serving us, kind of a growing in a way, expanding, going to higher, to a higher sort of like dimension, you know, growing a little bit. When snakes shed their skin, they grow, they outgrow this particular skin, and it's uncomfortable. I know it's very itchy for them, and it's uncomfortable at a time, and they do feel a little vulnerable while this is happening. With it being in reverse, perhaps this energy is blocked. Maybe it needs to happen, it hasn't quite happened, or perhaps you're maybe stuck in that uncomfortability, that uncomfortableness of shedding the skin. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. All these cards are in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles, so this is earth energy, and the Nine of Pentacles is usually about having it all. It's like that ending point, you know, right before you get to the 10, where you move up to the next level with everything that you've gained, everything that you've learned. You're here in the nines. Let me turn my incense on. I've got one more little nub here. Okay, that's getting hotter. Oh, I'm sorry, I shook the camera. Last reading, I grabbed the this candle by like the top, and it should have been way hotter than what it actually felt. I was surprised I didn't drop it and burn myself. So, but now it's a little bit hotter. Okay, so here we are at the Nine of Pentacles, and we kind of have everything that we want as far as it relates to our physical. But with it being in reverse, something is keeping us from going up that extra notch so that we could get to that next plane. Or maybe you're not as quite as content as you think you are, or as you should be with all this that you have here. And then we've got a Five of Wands, fire card. Now this means conflict. This is a card of lots of energy that's being directed in different kinds of ways. So with this being in reverse, maybe you're stuck in this conflict energy, and perhaps that has something to do with this Nine of Pentacles being in reverse as well. There's maybe something conflicting going on with this satisfaction, with this content that you should be feeling here. And perhaps all of this has to do with being uncomfortable, in that uncomfortable situation of shedding that skin, of moving higher into that dimension, of going what's the word, getting into that growth, feeling comfortable in that new growth that you're trying to get to. So we are going to use the True Black Tarot by Arthur Wang to dive a little bit deeper into these cards. Do you guys hear that noise going back there? It's like a clapping or clashing or something. Sounds like they're working. I used to have like this wild space behind my back fence. It was wonderful. There were frogs, there was wildlife, we had bugs too. And there was probably about 8 to 10 feet of that, and then there was this huge wall that separated us from this industrial like area. At night we could hear the forklifts going back and forth, but anyway, that little wild space that they had in between the neighborhood and that company, it was amazing. Just frogs singing and just all kinds of crickets and birds and stuff, and raccoons lived back there. I saw some opossums back there too. And about 8 months ago, they knocked it all down, tore down that big old wall, and then put up a like warehouse, and it's like this long warehouse space, and no one's like rented it, but I have been hearing lots of activity back there, so maybe somebody's getting ready to move in, you know, doing their you know, getting ready to take over the space. So anyhow, that's probably what that banging noise is that you hear. I have my window open. Okay, all right, let's see what we have for you, Virgo, with this expansion in reverse card. Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Strength in reverse. This Strength card here has really been making an appearance in these readings. Strength in the Devil and the World. I've seen her a couple of times too. Okay, so this is good. We've got 2 major arcana cards here. So I do see that we are coming to an ending of this this feeling here. This so the World card is about like ending. It's like the culmination of everything that you have gone through and worked for and strived for. And the World is that. It's just everything. It's your new world. It's everything that you've worked for through, from the Magician all the way up. You know, if you're the type that thinks the Fool is the one that triumphs through the major arcana, but I feel the Fool is part of the major arcana too. He is an archetype, and he's not necessarily the one experiencing all this. He is an energy of himself. It's us who's traveling through the Fool, through the world. And it's a circle. It's a definite circle, because once you get to the World, you know, you're not just going to stop there. It's going to be like, okay, what's next? And then you're going to take your experience of the World and begin a new experience. And because this experience is new for you, you're going to be like a fool in some aspects with this new experience that you're going through. So anyway, it's circular. So I do see that you are coming to an end of this space that you're kind of stuck in, but I do see there's just a little bit of trouble for you with these 2 cards. The Strength card is about that inner strength that you have, that self-confidence, that inner light, that inner drive that pushes you to do things that you don't necessarily want to do things that you don't think you can do, you know, to act in spite of. And then we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. And this card kind of speaks of holding on to things that and not sharing it, and kind of like in a miserly way, but also it keeps us from experiencing things because we're so wrapped up in taking care of these pentacles, and we don't want to share, that we're just so worried about people finding out that we have it, or people taking it, that we don't get to experience the beauty that's out there. So we see these butterflies that are caught in this web, and they're unable to fully live out their existence because they're caught in this web, and this beauty is just it's stuck in this space here because you're not allowing it to breathe, to live, to be what it is meant to be. And we see these coins here are deteriorating. And, you know, everything that doesn't, well, everything eventually deteriorates, but this is basically like a waste. These beautiful butterflies are a waste. They don't get to procreate. They don't get to pollinate. And then we've got these coins here who, they don't quite get to, you know, experience what it is to be a coin or a pentacle, right? With it being in reverse, so you're just kind of stuck here, not experiencing the beauty that could be there, the beauty that could be experienced. But I do see that that it's gonna come full circle for you, and you're not gonna be there too much longer. There's just there's still some work that needs to be done so that you can get out of this uncomfortable space that you're in right now, this uncomfortable growth. So let's continue on with the reading so we can see what that is, Virgo. The 9 of Pentacles. So you have everything that you want, but you're not enjoying it for some reason. So let's see. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands, a fire card. She is fire of water. Then we've got the King of Wands, and he is air, air of fire, fire of air. I always get my two phrases like they just switch, and I can't like I just can't ever remember which is the way. Okay, next. And then we have the 10 of Cups, and they're all in reverse as well. Wow. Okay, so interesting. So we have our two court cards here, both in the suit of fire, and but they are representative of different things within their suit. So the king, he's more of a mental. So first of all, they're both fire. He's an actionary card. He likes to take charge, you know. So he's a big planner, being of air. But he makes his plans and then he executes them flawlessly. The queen, so she is water of fire, so she is very empathetic in her actions. She is very understanding of others and takes their feelings into consideration before acting. And so with these two here being in reverse, I just kind of get a feeling of conflict because we've got fire, air, and we've got water. And then we've got the 9 of Pentacles being represented here. And all of it just being in reverse to me is just like there's just some uneasiness with you, some kind of perhaps you don't really feel like you are maybe deserving of this. And so, yeah, like maybe you don't really feel like you're deserving of this happiness that this 9 of Pentacles is here for you. Like maybe you're just kind of waiting for that heartbreak to come, and it just kind of seems too good to be true. But yet you have what you need to be happy here, but it's like you're waiting for something bad to happen, because maybe that's what you're used to, Virgo. Maybe you know, you're happy for a moment and then something comes up and just, you know, knocks down your house of cards, or you know, knocks down your nice little Lego world that you just created, you know. And it's almost like that's kind of like a cycle for you. You get to a place of happiness, but then you can't fully enjoy it because you're just afraid that this happiness isn't real, or this happiness is going to be taken from you. And that's what I'm feeling here. And so perhaps that's what this conflict is. Let's get a read on that. You know, with my new camera set up here, I kind of move things around so that everything would be better in the frame, but then I don't feel like I have enough room, because look at this room over here, and maybe I need to move the skull over there. Okay, we'll experiment with that off camera. Okay, Virgo, let's see this 5 of Wands for you. So we've got the Ace of Swords. That's a good card. Oh, okay. And then we've been stabbed by this 9 of Swords in reverse. So, okay, so we've got some mental energy here. This is air, this is air. And this card, the 9 of Swords, is kind of like that nightmare card. That card of where we just like start creating things in our minds, and it starts to kind of drive us a little nutty here. And then the final card is the Empress in reverse. So our major arcana card here is the Empress. And she is a card of creation. Okay, she's a nurturer. She creates. She takes care of things. She's like our great mother, you know. One moment. And, you know, she's concerned about us. She's very concerned about us. And with her being in reverse here under this conflict card, I'm kind of getting the feeling that you're not taking care of yourself in a way. And I think what this is leading to, because this is a shadow reading, I feel like the taking care of yourself is to recognize this part here, this part of your shadow. And because I think you're at a point where you understand the shadow, you understand what is going on, but you're not quite ready to finally release that. Like you're kind of stuck in that space of change for some reason. And it's almost like it's kind of a comfort thing for you to like hold on to it. Like you're almost comfortable in your nightmare. So like with this Ace of Swords here, that's like that idea. So like that makes me think that you're aware of it. Like you kind of know, like you know what it is. You know, you're cognizant of what's going on, but you haven't taken that extra step to just finally just like release it. And that's what all this is caught up here. Like you're just stuck. You're having a hard time moving up to that next level. And that has a lot to do with the shadow. I mean, it could be like, I can't say for certain, but like, I mean, what I said earlier about you experiencing happiness and then it being taken from you. So you're you know, kind of trained to not fully indulge yourself in the happiness because you feel like eventually it's going to be taken from me. And I feel like that's really taking a toll on you. You're not taking care of yourself, and it's kind of ruminating in your mind, and it's driving you a little bit crazy here with this nightmare card being in reverse. So so what I think needs to happen is to, you know, go back in time, go back to those points in time, each point in time when you were disappointed in that way, when you thought this was the happiness end all be all, and when it was taken from you. I think you need to recognize that part of yourself that was hurt, and, you know, give that self a hug and give comfort to that self, to each one of those selves, because it probably happened more than once. And so now you're just a little afraid to finally let it go, but I do see that you're ready to let it go. So take comfort in that. Take comfort that you know what the issue is. I'm sorry, I hit it again. Take comfort in that you know what the issue is, but also do that work in hugging each one of those selves at each one of those point in times, and recognizing that it is disappointing, and yeah, it does suck, but not every situation is going to be like that. Not every person is like a backstabber, or not every person is going to be disappointing in your life. There are people who are going to come through for you in many different ways, and when we keep ourselves from fully experiencing those people and fully experiencing those experiences, it keeps us from being happy, and it keeps us from fully enjoying what it means to be human, because we are emotional beings, and we are here to express and live out our emotions, and yes, so yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. I hope that helped. Oh, let's do our little Medicine Woman Oracle. Yes. So these cards are a little feminine. And not little, they are. Why do I keep saying a little? They're very feminine. But when dealing with our shadows, we've got to give our shadows that feminine energy that they needed when they were asking for it. And so if we can just give them that love, we can give them that acknowledgement, give the shadow that respect, that hug that it just wanted in the beginning, it'll kind of quiet it down, and it'll make it a little easier each time when we're faced with a situation that deals with the shadow. So it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen the very first time, but slowly we keep working at it, and it gets better. It gets better over time. Okay, Virgo, let's see what your Medicine Woman Oracle card has to say. Purification. Okay. So this is card number 36, which is a 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. Raise your vibrations by caring for your energy. And 9 is, like I said, you know, it's that number that's right before the 10, before we go up into that next plane, that next level. And so, like I said, I think you're ready. This card, this card is saying that you're ready. So I think, let's see what it says in here to do. So is this a red card? Yes, it's red. So these are medicine action cards, and number 36, I think, is the last one. 36. Yes. So we are vibratory beings. At the heart of our evolution is the energy dimension of our being. Becoming aware of this potential can increase our subtle feelings and at the same time recharge our energy. This opens us to new fields of understanding life's true nature. We are energy, and we can be channels of the divine and terrestrial energy to create fulfilling lives for ourselves in accord with universal law, as long as we purify our energies or auras. This card is an invitation to take care of your energy. Remember, we are like sponges. We soak up everything, positive or negative. Check where you are in terms of energy. Depending on who you were with, you may already have felt yourself being rejuvenated or exhausted. Places also have an impact on your energy. This is particularly so for sensitive people when they find themselves in a crowd, store, or subway. It is vital for you to learn to protect yourself and to rest and recuperate regularly to pulsate with energy that is your true nature. Okay, so I think this was kind of similar to a card that's for, was it Capricorn or Aquarius? But I did give some, oh, they had the grounding card, and I think it was Aquarius. Ways of kind of purifying yourself. I use smoke. That is a way that can be grounding and purifying. Palo Santo is a very good one. I keep a stick in my car, so that when I come out of stores and places like that, or something, I can get into my car and I can just smudge myself really quickly. Also, ways to guard your energy would be things like these darker stones, a red stone. This is shungite. I have here some hematite. I also have bracelets that I wear sometimes, and I do feel like for me, silver is a real guarding thing, so I wear a lot of silver, and I feel that is sort of kind of stops things, I think, or maybe absorbs it. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but when I don't wear my rings, you know, I feel a lot more drained. And I have bracelets as well that I wear, silver bracelets. What else? Red stones. Also, I find that petrified wood is pretty grounding and also protective as well. And if you don't take spiritual baths, that's another thing. Epsom salt is a very good, just, you know, bath to just do really quickly. You can put in some essential oils. I like ylang ylang. Let's see. Sometimes I throw in some lavender, but that's like a relaxation, or it's kind of getting in touch with some empathy and sympathy type situations. So I hope this helped. I hope maybe this is giving you some things to think about, maybe spark something in your mind. We do want to keep ourselves pure, just kind of purify ourselves, and maybe that'll help you release this shedding skin, because I see that you're working on it, and I see that you're almost there with this World card, but you're just kind of holding on to something, and that's okay. That's okay. Don't get down on yourself, and just continue to work at it, and eventually it'll happen for you, and then you'll be able to fully express and fully just be happy within what you have and what you're building for yourself. But it all takes time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video. Take care.